Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. Welcome back to another new lesson of distance learning program. My dear students, as you all know, my name is Sayyid Faraz Hassan and I am your mathematics instructor. With me, I have my team, the team of subject specialists, Sir Ashraf Ali and Miss Shabana Salman. Dear students, we have been solving quadratic equations. Today, we will be solving quadratic equations by using a quadratic formula, right? So what is a quadratic formula? As you can see on your screen, this is a quadratic formula. It's now quadratic formula. In this formula, what we need to do, we need to plug in the values of a, b, and c. Now, what is a, what is b, and what is c? That's a big question. Now, look at the standard form or the general form of quadratic equation. Here it is given to you: ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. What is a? A is the coefficient of x square. What is b? B is the coefficient of x. And the last number c, that's a constant number in your equation. So let's do one question. And so again, boys and girls, there are housekeeping announcements. I know you guys are maintaining your register. You guys are using scientific calculator and you all are expected to check your Google Classroom every day. ठीक है, submit your homework regularly. There will be again assignments and tests. Your attendance matters a lot. It carries 10% of your grade. There will be short homework at the end of every week. So, dear students, our learning objective for today is solving quadratic equations in one variable by using a quadratic formula. What is a quadratic formula? As I told you earlier, it is x equals to negative b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. This is called a quadratic formula. Again, I'm repeating, you might be wondering what is A, what is B, what is C. So this is the general form or the standard form of quadratic equation: ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Now if you look here, a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the last term or the constant term in the quadratic equation. So you need to take out these values from the given equation which you are asked to solve and plug in this formula called quadratic formula. So this is it. A, B, and C are real numbers and A is never 0. If A becomes 0 in this equation, so it won't be a quadratic equation. It will become a linear equation. So we are dealing with quadratic equation. Make sure the coefficient of x square, A is never 0. So again, there are some steps in solving quadratic equations by using quadratic formula. Write the equation in standard form: 0 on one side of the equation. Let the numerical values list the numerical values of the coefficients a, b, and a constant c. Write down the formula. You know what is the formula: x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. So substitute the numerical values of a, b, and c in the quadratic formula. Simplify and get your solution, and finally check your solution: is it correct or incorrect? So let's do one question, boys and girls. This is exercise 1b of your school book, Maths Book 3, chapter number 1. Question number 1: solve each of the following quadratic equations. Now, what is the equation? It's x squared plus 4x plus 1. So we will be solving this by using quadratic formula. Okay, again, we are unable to factorize this. We are unable to make an identity here, and we are also unable to break it by using the middle term breaking method. So yeah, it is not possible. That is why we need to go for some other method. We can do this by completing the square method and by quadratic formula method. Our learning objective for today is by using quadratic formula. So we will be doing it by using quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? I'm writing it here. X equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. Now, what is A? What is B? What is C? So, A is the coefficient of x square. There is a hidden one there, so the value of A is 1. The value of B is 4. And the value of C is also 1. So, we'll plug in these values in the quadratic equation. Here it is. So, let's do it. Negative B, negative 4. Okay? Make sure you are using brackets for substituting these values. Now, b square, that is 4 square minus 4a. What is a? A is 1. And what is c? C is also 1. Whole upon 2a. 2 multiplied by 1. So let's open up all these brackets now and see what do we get. Negative 4 plus minus under root. The square of 4 is 16. Now we need to multiply these values of a and c, that is 4ac. 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. Again 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. So 16 minus 4 whole upon 2. We can simplify this. Negative 4 plus minus under root 12 whole upon 2. So dear students, we are allowed to use calculator. So as we know that 12 is not a perfect square, so we need to calculate the value of root 12 by using our calculator. So please do it. It is found to be 3.46. So x equals to negative 4 plus minus the value of under root 12 is 3.46 whole upon 2. Now, after this, we're going to make two columns. First column, we'll write this with the plus value of root 12, and in the second column we'll write this again with the negative value of root 12. So let's do it. X equals to negative 4 plus 3.46 whole upon 2. Again, we are allowed to use calculator very quickly. Please use your calculator. Negative 4 plus 3.46. Your answer is found to be, it's 0.54 with the negative sign divided by 2. So when you divide this by 2, your answer is found to be 0.27 with the negative sign. Make sure you are giving your answer correct to two decimal places. So the second part of the solution, x equals to negative 4, negative 3.46. Again, you are allowed to use calculator. You can add up the two negative numbers, negative 4, negative 3.46, 3 and 4 becomes 7. So it will be 7.46 divided by 2. So it is found to be again negative 7.46 divided by 2 is negative 3.73. So our both answers are correct to two decimal places, right, boys and girls? Correct to two decimal places. So this is the solution of the given quadratic equation by using quadratic formula. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Let's do one more question. Now, part E. Uh, negative 3x squared, negative 7x plus 9 equals to 0. What do we do first? We extract the values of A, B, and C. So let's do it very quickly. The value of A is negative 3, the value of B is negative 7, and the value of C is 9. What are we going to do? We're going to plug in these values in the quadratic formula negative b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. All right, boys and girls. So negative b means negative and negative 7 plus minus under root negative 7 square plus, sorry, minus 4 multiplied by a, that is negative 3, multiplied by c, that is 9, whole upon 2 multiplied by a, that is 2 multiplied by minus 3. So negative and negative 7 makes positive 7 plus minus under root. Negative 7 square makes positive 49. Okay, now minus and minus, negative 4 multiplied by negative 3 makes positive 12. Positive 12 multiplied by 9 is 108. Whole upon 2 3s are 6, so it is negative 6. All right, boys and girls. So what are we going to do? Uh, we're going to add up these numbers. Negative 4 into negative 3 makes positive 12. Positive 12 into 9 is positive 108. So this is positive 108, right? Okay. So let's add up this 108 and 49. 108 plus 49, it sum up to 197. So boys and girls, you are allowed to use calculator. So x equals to 7 plus minus 49 plus 108, it is found to be 197 whole upon negative 6. Now, again, 197 is not a perfect square. You are advised to use a calculator again. Square root of 197 is found to be 12.53. So 7 plus minus 12.53 whole upon negative 6. Now, dear students, as you can see, the root value of 197 is 12.53. There is a plus sign and a minus sign attached with 12.53. We need to make two columns. In the first column, we'll write this with the positive sign, 7 plus 12.53 divided by 6. So 7 plus 12 makes 19.53 divided by 6. So it's negative 6 divided by negative 6, 19.53, 19.53 divided by 6. Our answer is found to be 3.26 with a negative sign. Negative 3.26. Again, we are giving our answers correct to two decimal places. Okay, okay, let's do the second part. X equals to 7 minus 12.53 whole upon negative 6. So the difference is found to be 7 minus 12.53 is negative 5.53 divided by negative 6. Both the negative sign cancelled. So 5.53 divided by 6 is 0.92. Again, our answers are, both the answers are correct to two decimal places. So I hope this makes sense and you have learned the concept of quadratic formula. So one more question, question number 2 of your school textbook. X squared plus 5x equals to 21. Now, what do we need to do in this before extracting the value of a, b, and c? We need to do one important step. Remember, I told you earlier, whenever you are solving quadratic equation, make sure all the numbers should be on one side of the equation and the other side should be exactly 0. It shouldn't be 1. It shouldn't be negative 1. It shouldn't be x. It shouldn't be x squared. It has to be 0 on one side of the equation. So this 21 is a troubling number in this equation. We need to shift it on the other side. So let's do it. Let's shift this 21 on this side. So x squared plus 5x minus 21 equals to 0. That's what I said. Make sure before solving it, your equation contains equals to 0 on either side of the equation, right? All the numerals, numbers, variables, x squared, x should be on one side and 0 should be on the other side. Boys and girls, so extracting the values of a, b, and c, a is 1, b is 5, and c is negative 21. Here is the formula x equals minus b plus minus under root b squared minus 4ac whole upon 2a. So, my dear champions, I'm leaving this question for you guys. Make sure you do it and check your answer from the back of the book. I'm sure each one of you can do it. Let's move on to one more part of same question. Now, again, 9 minus 5x squared equals to minus 3x. As I just now explained you, whenever you are solving a quadratic equation, all the numerals, numbers, variables, constants should be on one side of the equation and the other side has to be 0. So this is your choice. You can move either the left hand side numbers on the right hand side numbers or the right hand side numbers on the left hand side numbers. What am I doing? I'm moving these numbers on this side. Okay, so my 0 equals to 5x squared minus 3x minus 9, or I can write it as 5x squared minus 3x minus 9 equals to 0. I hope this makes sense to you guys. What I did, as I told you earlier, whenever you are solving a quadratic equation, your numbers should be on one side and the other side should be 0. So what I did, I moved this negative 5x squared, it moved there and become positive. And I also moved positive 9 on the other side, it became negative 9. So finally I have my quadratic equation as 5x squared minus 3x minus 9 equals to 0. The important step is to extract the values of a, that is 5, b, that is negative 3, and c, that is also negative 9. Negative signs are really very important. Don't ever ignore these negative signs. If you do so, your answers will be absolutely wrong. So, my dear champions, here is the formula x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. All right, let's plug in these values, negative and negative 3, because the value of b was negative, plus minus under root b squared. So negative 3 squared, negative 4. The value of a was found to be 5, and the value of c was found to be negative 9. Whole upon 2 multiplied by 5. All right, dear student, I hope this makes sense to you guys. 4 into 5 into minus 9, minus into minus 3. That's what I did. I plug in these values. Now, what am I doing? I'm simplifying all these brackets now. So let's do it. Positive 3, and we have a plus sign, we have a minus sign. The square of negative 3 is positive 9. Then 4 into 5, 20, 20 into 9, 180, and negative makes a positive. 180, positive 180, because there were two negative signs. One was with 4, one was with 9. Whole upon 10. So my dear students, 3 plus minus, and we are going to do it as 9 plus 180, it makes 189 whole upon 10. Now, dear students, what we need to do, as we know that 189 is not a perfect square. So again, we need to use help. With our calculator, we are allowed to use it. The square root of 189 is found to be 13.75. So x equals 3 plus minus, it's 13.75 whole upon 10. Now, what do we do after this? We need two columns. In the first column, we write the value of root 189 with the plus sign. 3 plus 13.75 upon 10. All right, 13 plus 3, it makes 16.75 divided by 10. So dear students, our final answer correct to it's 1.675. We may round off the last number and we can correct it to two decimal places as 1.68. This is corrected to two decimal places. All right, the next part, x equals to 3 minus 13.75. So whole upon 10. When we do the needful subtraction, so boys and girls, 13 minus 3, sign of the bigger number, we will have negative 10.75 divided by 10. So x is found to be 1.075. What we need to do, we need to correct it to two decimal places. So this becomes x equals to negative 1.08. So again, this has been corrected to two decimal places. I hope this makes sense to you guys. What I did, I'm repeating the question once again. It was given to us 9 minus 5x square equals to negative 3x. What I did, I told you earlier, whenever we are solving quadratic equation, we need to have all the numbers on one side and a 0 on the other side. That's what I did. I moved 9 minus 5x square on the other side so that I have 0 on one side. I arranged it in descending order. X square should be written first, x should be second, and the constant should be written in the, excuse me. Then I extracted the values of a, b, and c. I wrote my quadratic formula. I substituted the values of a, b, and c, and I do the needful that was required in the formula. Simplified it, found two values of root 189. I made two columns. In the first column, I wrote the value of root 189 with the plus sign. In the next column, I wrote the value of root 189 with the negative sign. Again, I solved it and I found my two answers as x equals to 1.68 and x equals to 1.08. Both my answers are corrected to two decimal places. This is question number 3 of your school textbook, Maths Book 3. Boys and girls, again, we are asked to solve these quadratic equations and we are expected to solve it by using a quadratic formula. First thing, you will simplify the brackets. You'll bring all the numbers on one side, make it equal to 0. I hope this makes sense. That's what we did in the previous question. So let's open up the bracket. X square plus x equals 1. Okay. Do you think it's equals to 0? There is any 0 on either side of the equation? No. We need to bring this 1 on this side. X square plus x minus 1 equals to 0. This makes sense? Yes. Okay, now we'll extract the values of A, we'll extract the value of B, we will extract the value of C, that is negative 1, and we will use the formula and we will do it. So I'm sure you guys are trained enough and you can do this simple question very easily. So in my comment after finishing this lesson. Uh, you want to do this, solve this, and I want all your answers in the comment section. Okay, in your Google Classroom. So I'm expecting all these answers, the previous one and this one. I need it ASAP, and I'm sure most of you, everyone will do it. So this is again your homework. Make sure you do it. Okay. So one more question, and probably this is the last question. I'm sure you guys are worried because sir is taking long time today. So x squared minus 5x equals 7 minus 2x. Again, bring all the numbers on one side, make it equal to 0, x squared minus 5x, then plus 2x minus 7 equals 0. Add up the like terms, minus 3x minus 7 equals 0. So what is A? A is 1. What is B? B is negative 3 and C is negative 7. What we need to do, we're expected to use a quadratic formula. So quadratic formula, negative b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. So let's do it. Negative negative 3 plus minus under root negative 3 square minus 4. The value of a is 1 and the value of c is negative 7 whole upon 2 into 1. Okay, so x equals to positive 3 plus minus the square of negative 3 is 9, and what do we need to do after this? Negative 4 into 1 is negative 4, negative 4 into negative 7 is positive 28. 9 plus positive 28 whole upon 2. Okay, dear students, after this, what are we expected to do after this? We are expected to add up the two numbers 9 plus 28 and it will be sum up to 37. So we can write it as x equals to 3 plus minus um, 37 upon 2. You are allowed to use calculator, dear students. So x equals to 3 plus minus root 37. 37 is very close to 36. It will be 6 point something, 6.08. So plus minus 6.08 upon 2. Again, make two columns, either x equals to 3 plus 6.08 upon 2. So 3 plus 6 makes 9.08. X equals to 9.08 divided by 2. So our answer is found to be 4.54. That's the first answer correct to two decimal places. Or the second answer, again, x equals to 3 minus 6.08 upon 2. So 3 minus 6.08, it will be negative 3.08 divided by 2. Our answer is found to be negative 3.08 divided by 2. That is negative 1.54. Negative 1.54. This is the second answer. This is the first answer. Both answers are corrected to two decimal places, negative 1.54 and 4.54. That's the right answers. So boys and girls, my dear students, I hope this makes sense to you guys. What we have done, learned today, we have learned how to solve quadratic equations using quadratic formula. I'm sure each one of you have learned this formula by heart because I have been repeating this question in every question at least 5 times. So x equals to minus b plus minus under root p square minus 4ac upon 2a. So thank you all. Always be thankful to Almighty Allah for all His blessings. Attempt the homework. I've given you two questions. So make sure you do it ASAP, and I want all these answers within 24 hours. Leave a response, and your response contains two answers. Have a nice day. It's again Friday. Juma Mubarak to everyone. Okay? Again, Juma is a very big day for us. So, first of all, pray for yourself, pray for your parents, grandparents, all your family members. Pray for me, pray for our country and our school. Okay, may Almighty Allah bless us all with health, happiness, and peace. Ameen. Have a great day. Allah Hafiz, and we will meet again, inshallah.